to America, but yet the White House is still wheeling and dealing on nukes with them. Lisa says yet again the administration failing to recognize the enemy, and that could be costly.
Absolutely, it's going to be costly. Look, when Iran's supreme leader says death to America, we should believe him. Iran is one of the most active state sponsors of terrorism. Look, Iran has worked with our enemies to kill Americans and to kill our allies. We are in desperate need of leadership on the world stage. You know, President Obama has pointed to Yemen as the beacon of his counterterrorism policies, but we're on the verge of a full-scale proxy war between Iran and Arab states. You know, what is apparently clear here is that President Obama's ignorance and his determination to cement his foreign policy record is blinding him in his negotiations with Iran.
Let me tell you, Wayne, for me, I don't know if the leader of the country I'm negotiating with says death to your country. I kind of get up and walk away, and we'll fight this fight another day.
Well, Eric, you know that, as I've said, the art of diplomacy is appearing to be what you're not and not appearing to be what you really are. We have finally, this helps define it in a certain way because you've got Sunnis on one side and Shiites on the other. And that's what should have been happening all along. We should be playing those two off against each other. Look, the peace of the world was meant from 1815, Waterloo, to 1914, World War I, by men who understood the balance of power. And that's exactly what we should be doing right now, using that in the Middle East so that we, the United States, do not become involved.
What about it, Juan?
No.
I mean, are we sure that this is the right deal at the right time for the right deal?
Boy, I can't think of a better time.
Trust them?
The Middle East is a mess.
Do you trust the Iranians?
Doesn't matter if I trust them. I want to negotiate and check, verify. That's what Ronald Reagan said, verify. So if we get a deal where we can verify that they are not advancing their nuclear aspirations, that's a good deal for everybody.
No, but you have to trust that they're telling you the truth. Because they
don't have to trust.
No,
you have to have in the deal the mechanisms to go in and intrusively go check, Eric.
Yeah, but John, they historically throw those people out when they go to check.
No deals with the devil. We do not deal with the devil. You know, and we legitimize them even just by agreeing to a deal. We give in on the principle. And, you know, Eric, I think I saw this all play out, a couple of decades ago when Bill Clinton tried to make a deal with the North Koreans so they'd slow down their nuclear program. Lo and behold, they got a nuke. And, you know, Iran is not just North Korea. We're talking about Islamist crazy people who've worked since 1979 to bring down the West and the U.S. No deal with the devil, and Iran is the devil when it comes to militant Islam.
You would say to Richard Nixon, don't go talk to those Chinese. That's a bad idea. You would absolutely have stopped history.
Well, can I just point out that the Chinese are far from the Iranians. The Iranians want to kill everything West. As Lisa points out, state sponsors of terror.
40 years. Exactly. And look, what we know is Iran has already lied about their facilities. They were covert before. How do we know they're not lying about more? We cannot trust Iran. It is making a deal with the devil, and it is a bad deal to make.
Because we can't trust them, that's exactly why the deal is to our advantage, because then we could go in and check.
Wayne, do you make deals?
Check what? Check what they decide not to show us.
Right. We have to have the ability, free access to anything we want to check. That's the idea of the deal. Because what we've got is a bad situation that's getting worse.
Wayne, do you make deals? You cut a lot of deals. Baseball teams, Wall Street, investments, companies. Do you make deals with people you don't trust?
You make a deal with somebody you don't trust, knowing you don't trust them. You don't trust the deal. The deal is made knowing that. You make a deal that's advantageous to you, whether you trust the other guy or not. And you use that distrust to your advantage. That's exactly what you do.
Okay, but then the question to that then is any deal better than a bad deal?
This is not a bad deal. You don't even know the deal. You are so quick to bash Obama that you want to condemn a deal that doesn't exist.
It's not just me. There's a reason that 367 members of Congress from both sides of an aisle, sent a letter to President Obama warning him about the deal and warning about the information that surfaced so far.
I got to take the tease right now. Go. Fight this out in the break. Here's a question. Who's a bigger threat, ISIS or law